Sitting up straight. Perfect. Good morning, gentlemen. So we are doing the last exercise for this topic, and then you'll have a working lesson. So we have learnt about pronumerals, about expressions, terms. So I'm just going to do a little questioning session to see if we remember anything. What is a pronumeral? What is a pronumeral? What is a pronumeral? Anyone? Yeah, what's a pronumeral?
Pronumeral is a number that replaces a word. Replaces a letter.
You've done the opposite. You're saying it's...
a letter that replaces it.
Yep, so a letter that replaces a number. So pronumeral is a letter that can be used in place of a number. So if you don't know what value a particular thing is, we can just say it's X or something. Right? So what's a term? Term can be a number or a pronumeral or both? Both. So can we have a number multiplied with a letter? Yes. When we add or subtract terms, what do we get? Expression. And when we put an equal sign and put it equal to something, it becomes an equation. So today we're going to now learn how to solve an equation. So hopefully by the end of today's lesson, we should know what a pronumeral is, what's a term, what's an expression, what is an equation, and how to solve it. So first of all, we need to understand what solving an equation means. So first of all, an equation has an equal sign. If it's just a mixture of terms and no equal sign, it's not an equation. It's an expression. Once you have an equal sign, it becomes an equation. See, equation, equal, so it must have an equal sign. All of these have an equal sign? Are these equations?
Yes.
So that means we can solve it. What does solving an equation means? Have a guess. It's written on the board, but still. Yes.
Finding the value of the pronumerals
For which?
that make up the expression or the equation.
So finding the value of the unknown, that's half of it. So can you see all these equations? 6 of them have an unknown in them.
Yeah.
Does the unknown always have to be X?
No.
No, that's most frequently used one. I don't know why, we love it, but it doesn't have to be. Question? No question? Okay, answer? You had an answer? Why did you have your hand up? Oh, okay. Genuine excuse? Yes.
You have to find what the pronumeral is and then solve the problem once you found the pronumeral.
Yes, so basically half of the meaning for solving an equation means we need to find the value of the pronumeral. So all of these equations have an unknown in it. We don't know what that's equal to. So we have to find the value of X in this case, for which the left hand side becomes equal to the right hand side. So RHS stands for right hand side. LHS stands for left hand side. Who would have thought? See? Now we know? Okay, does that make sense now?
Yes.
Alright. So you need to solve the equation. That means finding the value of the pronumeral for which these two sides will become equal. Now there's lots of techniques for solving an equation. Today I'm not going to teach you any other technique rather than just logic and using your brain. How good is that? That can be hard for some of us, including me. So I'm not going to give you any mathematical like algebraic techniques, solving using inverse operations. That's our next topic. So today we are just going to use our understanding of an equation, and we are going to solve these simple equations using logic, like inspection. It's called the inspection method. Just look and you can use guess and check as well. Guess, check and improve. So you can guess as well, but I don't really prefer the guess and check method. We'll rather use logic, and it's really simple. Is this making sense so far, what we're doing? Alright, let's get started. Focusing. Pens down, please. I should not have to remind you. Stop stretching. It's maths, not PE. You need to stretch your brain. Okay. Now, so we need to find the value of X such that X plus 9 equals 13. So in your head, think of a number such that you add 9 to it and you get 13. Okay, I've got 4 as an answer. Let's check. So I've got an answer that X equals 4. How can I check it? You can check. You can actually substitute this into the left hand side. Have we done substitution?
Yeah.
Yes. So in the left hand side, what's X now? 4. What do we get? 13? Is that equal to the right hand side?
Yes.
Hence it's checked. So if you actually then check it, okay, 4 plus 9 is 13. Yes, it's correct. So guess and check. Is this making sense? You don't have to check for every single question like this. You can just check it in your head. But if the question in your test or exam or your book says that check it, then you have to show this working out. Sounds good? But other than that, you don't have to formally write and check. You can just do it in your head. 4 plus 9, 13. Yes, that's the answer. How easy is it? Too easy? Perfect. Now, thinking of a number that when divided by 2 gives you 12. 6 times 2 is 12. 24. Let's check. 24 divided by 2? 12. Making sense? Easy? Always put my answer in a box so it's easy for the teacher to correct it and see where the answer is. Any questions so far? Alright, now 7 times an unknown equals 21. What's that unknown? Someone who's stretching again. It's not PE. 7 times what is 21?
3.
Is that correct?
Yes.
So check. 7 times 3. 21?
Yes.
That's it. So which method are we doing? Inspection. Just inspecting it and using logic and our common sense really. Nothing fancy. Happy with that?
Yeah.
Alright, moving on. This is a bit tricky. Just looks tricky, it isn't actually. So something divided by 3 times t, 6 divided by 3 times t is 1. Hands down. I don't want answers for this one. Do we know that anything divided by itself is 1? Does that make sense? Right? What's 1 divided by 1? 1. What's 2 divided by 2? What's 10 divided by 10?
1.
What's 100 divided by 100?
1.
So anything divided by itself is 1. So if 2 things are being divided and the answer is 1, does that mean that 3t has to equal what?
6.
Is that sensible?
Yes.
Because 6 divided by 3t is 1. Therefore, 3t has to be equal to 6. Can we use inspection now? 3 times what number will give you 6? 2. I've used these 3 triangles, the 3 dots making a triangle. Anyone has seen it before? Okay, what does that mean? Therefore. Well done. This is the therefore sign. So 3 dots arranged in a triangle is the short form for writing therefore, because we don't waste time in maths. There's plenty to do. So therefore, because 3t is equal to 6, therefore t equals 2. Happy with that? Making sense? Great. Now, again, more steps, but it's simple. So 3x plus something equals 16. So what should this term be? What plus 1 will equal 16?
15.
15. So can we say that 3x must equal 15?
Yes.
Because we know that 15 plus 1 will equal 16. So this bit here, so therefore 3x is equal to 15. Is it safe to say?
Yeah.
And now you have to give me the answer. 3 times what number will give me 15?
5.
Brilliant. Easy? So, this is another fancy sign I'm going to use. X equals 5. Has anyone seen this before? Alright, so, yep. It's called the this implies sign. So again, because 3x is equal to 15, therefore x equals 5. We can't write therefore like 10 times in a row, it annoys me. So this is another sign, and when we solve equations, I'll be encouraging you and I'll tell you exactly when to use this. So I'm just introducing you to all these new symbols today. Okay? But do we get the answer? X equals 5? Now, x plus 1 divided by 4 is 2. So let's first think, what should this be equal to? So what divided by 4 equals 2?
8.
8. So can we say that x plus 1 equals 8?
Yeah.
Because 8 divided by 4 is 2. And if x plus 1 is 8, what number plus 1 equals 8? I know that.
7.
7. Easy. So therefore, x equals 7. Is this making sense?
Yeah.
So it's nothing difficult really. Solving equations is not something difficult. It's just common sense. And you guys have it. Trust me, you do. Okay, most of you do. Okay, happy with that? Any questions? Now, the next part of the lesson is when we don't give you an equation, we give you some words. You have to first write an equation and then solve it. You can do it. It's easy. When 4 is subtracted from a number, the result is 8. Now, we don't know what that number is. So, I'm going to use a pronumeral instead of that. Choose a pronumeral. Apart from X, I'm bored.
D.
D, okay, I like that. So let the number be D. Okay, so always write that. Let the number, so that's the short for number, be D. Okay, now 4 is subtracted from a number. So if let's say you have 10 apples and I ask you to subtract 4 from it, would you do 10 minus 4 or 4 minus 10? Because you're subtracting 4 from 10, right? In subtraction and division, order is very important. So you have to think 4 is subtracted from D. So will I write D take away 4 or 4 take away D? Which one?
D take away 4.
Any doubt about that? Of course, that is wrong. 4 take away D is wrong. D take away 4. We're subtracting 4 from D. Does that make sense? Very important. Now, so the result is D, 8. So that means this equals 8. Again, inspection. What number take away 4 will equal 8?
12.
12. Are we happy with that? So, oh my goodness. So I'm going to use this fancy, this implies sign now. D equals 12. And you can check, is 12 take away 4, 8? Yes. Questions? Eyes on the board. Stop looking at your hands. They're very pretty, but stop looking at them. On the board. Now, when a number is divided by 2, so let the number be? C, okay? So make sure you define it. Let the number be C. Now, the number is divided by 2. Is it C over 2 or 2 over C? We're dividing the number by 2 or 2 by that number? Well done. Because we are dividing the number by 2. Right? So if you're unsure, write both of them and then see which of them is actually dividing by 2. Make sense? So, equals. The result is 10. And then, which number divided by 2 will give you 10? 20. So, let's check. 20 divided by 2 is? That's it. Brilliant. We finished 5A to 5E. How good is that? So, get on with your work. Finish up to 5E and then we'll spend some time on problem solving tomorrow.